Well, hello out there. This is Miss Beth with the Peabody Public Library, and welcome back to another session of the Coding Corner. I am very excited about today. We're going to be looking at some adventure. So who couldn't use an adventure right now? So I'm really, really excited. Also keep in mind that this is geared to go at your pace, which means that you do not have to do this all in one setting. You can stop this, go away from this, and come back to this at any time. I'm really looking forward to this. I think we're going to have a lot of fun today. So I don't want to keep you waiting. Let's get started.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Coding Corner. Today, we're going to get started on an adventure. How exciting. I'm really excited about this. So, if you have watched any of the other Coding Corner sessions, then you kind of already know what I'm going to say. But if you haven't, then let's pretend that this is brand new for you. The first thing you want to do is get on Google Chrome because GS First, or CS First, which is either Computer Science Coding Starts First, is brought to you by Google. It would be a lot easier for us to use Google Chrome, seeing as how it's a Google product. So right now I'm on Google Chrome, and I've gotten into Google, my search engine. And from here I'm going to type in CS First. Once we're on the CS First searches, we're going to go down here to where it says CS First Teach Computer Science and Coding to Kids. That brings us to their main page. We're going to come down here where it says Get Started. And you're either one of two things. You're either a teacher or you're a student, and everybody today is a student. So we're going to click on I'm a student. Now, on this particular page, if you have already done Code a Hero or Art, the other ones that we have already out there, then you should already have a username and a password. If you do not have a username and a password, then you're going to come over here to where it says New Student. Under the New Student, you are going to put in the code that you see on the screen right now, which is DYFHNM. And then you would click Next. And it's going to say you're joining the class of adventure with Miss Beth, and you're going to say yes. And right here it says, do you need a CS First username or password? You are going to click yes. Please do not copy what's on my screen. This is for my username and password, but I have several of them, so I'm not going to copy mine down. Whatever is on your screen right now is what you need to, sorry about that. Screen-o-matic does this from time to time. So whatever's on your screen right now is what you need to be writing down. If you are a returning student, which means you already have one, then you're going to come in here and type in now, for the people that are getting a new one during this class, you're going to want to click on that box that says, yes, I've written it down, and then click on, here, let me do it again. Let me finish with you guys, and then I'll move on. Yes. So whatever you have written down, then you're going to click on this. Yes, I wrote my username and password down, and then you're going to click sign in, and then that should get you in to the adventure today. For those of us that may have already started and we have a password already, then we're going to enter that information on this side. That just keeps all of our projects all together. Okay, so I am in what I need to be. Now, if you had logged in, you're going to want to come up here where it says join a class. Now, this is for the people that are returning. If you are brand new, you're already in, so just hang tight, and we're going to get started in just a minute. For those of you that are logging back in from another session, you're going to put that code in here and then click next. It won't let me join because I'm already in. Okay. So whatever you have already done before should be listed. So we've done the arts, adventure. Today we're going to work on an unusual discovery. So we're going to click on an unusual discovery. On the unusual discovery, we can see that we have a start. what's going to happen is that I'm going to play the videos so you don't have to toggle back and forth, meaning you don't have to go between the two tabs. If you want to, feel free. You can do this on your own now that you're in here. But if you would prefer just to kind of follow along with me, that's completely okay as well. So I'm going to push on start. Sometimes these are kind of fast, but not in this scenario. So we are going to get started on an unusual discovery. Let's see what this is all about.
Hi, my name is Dorea, and I am a proud Black woman who works at Google to create more diversity in tech. I'm also a dancer, actress, and the founder of an organization that helps kids cope with life's challenges through art. In this activity, you will use computer science to create a story about two characters that discover a surprising object. Welcome to an unusual discovery! You will program your characters to talk to each other. You'll also animate fun, silly, or spooky interactions between your characters and the unexpected object they find. Computer science uses code to make projects called programs. It's a subject you can study in school, a career, or something you can do just for fun. People use computer science to make music, create games, share memories, and find creative solutions to tough problems. To create your story, you will use computer science concepts like sequencing. Sequencing means to put things in a specific order. You will tell your story using the Scratch website. Scratch uses code blocks to give characters called sprites instructions. This activity has different starter projects you can choose from. Each project contains a different backdrop and an exciting object to animate. After watching this video, choose a starter project. This will open Scratch in a new tab. Choose two characters to discover the object in your story. Click Choose a Sprite and select your first character. Scroll through the library to find a sprite for your story and add it to your project. Then, select another character. To flip a sprite so that the two characters are facing each other, click the Costumes tab, the Select tool, and the Flip Horizontal button.
Okay, we're going to stop there, and we're going to choose our adventure. So it looks like she's doing an outer space adventure, so let's go with that. Now keep in mind that you can come back anytime and try one of these other adventures, and I would love to see your adventures. So if you want to share those with me, that would be fantastic. So we're going to click on an outer space adventure. It's loading our project right now. I'm already logged in, so if you do not see yourself logged in up here in the corner, then you're going to want to log in with that username and password that you got from CS First. And then click on Remix. That allows it to be shareable. That way we can share so you can edit it later, and you can also share it with me. So let's go back to the video and just rewind it a smidge and see what she's got to say about this again.
And select your first character. Scroll through the library to find a sprite for your story and add it to your project.
Okay, so let's find a sprite. So we're going to come down here and click on Choose a Sprite. She went into fantasy, but you can go into whatever category you would like. And we're going to choose our first sprite, and I am going to choose the wizard. And let's see what she says to do now.
Then select another character.
Okay, let's do that. We're going to select another character. So we're going to come in here. You can go to fantasy or whatever you would like. And I'm going to go ahead and choose the goblin. So now I have a goblin and a wizard.
To flip a sprite so that the two characters are facing each other, click the Costumes tab, the Select tool, and the flip horizontal button.
Okay, let's try that. So we have chosen this sprite. We're going to go to the costumes tab. And we can choose which goblin we want to do. Going to click on flip horizontal, but ours was already facing, so I'm going to go to my other one. And now they're facing each other. So that is to make them face each other.
Click and drag the characters around the stage to move them. Next, program one of your characters to talk using say blocks. To add code to a sprite, first select it. Click the Code tab. Then select the Looks menu. Click, hold, and drag a Save for 2 seconds block to add it to your project. To run this code block, click it. The sprite should say hello. Think about your two characters and what they might.
Okay, let's do that. So we're going to come in here and go to code. You can choose which one you would like to be saying something. We're going to go to the looks block and drag out the say hello for 2 seconds. You can also come in here and type in whatever you'd like and change it around, and then click on it and see what it does. So I'm just going to rewind this just a little bit and we'll move forward.
Think about your two characters and what they might say to each other. Maybe they're friends, or perhaps they just met. Maybe they found the object in your story by accident. Change the value in the say block to what your character will say to start your story. Run your code. In this example, the first character says, "Whoa, look at that!" Next, add an event to tell the computer when to run this code. Select the Events menu and drag out a When Flag Clicked block. This block runs the code when you click the flag at the top of the stage. Click the flag to test your code. Awesome.
Okay, so we're going to just kind of play with this a little bit. I think I want the wizard. So do yours how you would like. And test it out. And we can, don't forget, we can move these guys around. And I'm going to yell, bring this out. Test it out. So now I can go to my events and drag out my when flag clicked block. And I want to do that for the other one as well. Very cool. So I'm just going to back this up a couple seconds. Okay. And let's hear what else we have to do.
Awesome. Now someone can watch the beginning of your story by clicking the flag to start your program. This video showed you how to start a story with two characters that find an unusual object. To program your second character to respond to what your first character said, choose the Continue the Conversation video. Then select and watch another video to further your story. Curious what my characters discovered? Check it out. Two dolphins find a trombone and start dancing to my favorite song. Have fun with Hour of Code. It's time to get coding. Now it's your turn. Select and open a starter project. Add 2 character sprites. Add a say block to make one sprite talk. Add a when flag clicked block to start your story. Then, watch the videos below and complete the steps in your project to continue your story.
Okay, so it looks like I got ahead of myself just a little bit. So we're going to come down here where it says continue the conversation.
In this video, you will program both sprites to In this video,
Okay, think I got her set right. Okay, so we're going to see what she has to say about continuing the conversation. Like I said, I got ahead of myself slightly. Oh, I don't know what happened. We have a little bit of a glitch. Let me reload. There we go. And make sure my codes are still there, and they are. Okay, so let's see what she says.
In this video, you will program both sprites to continue their conversation. Conversation, or dialogue, is an important part of storytelling. Use dialogue to show how your characters react when they discover the unusual object. Click the flag to start. The first character says the line of dialogue you added previously. Next, add a response from your other character. Select the sprite. Click the Code tab and drag out another Save for 2 seconds block from the Looks menu. Think about how your character might react when they discover the object. Are they frightened, surprised, excited? As a storyteller, it's up to you to decide what your character will say next. What you type in the Say block will help your audience understand what's going on in your story. Type in your second sprite's dialogue. Then click the block to try it out. Add a When Flag Clicked event to start this dialogue at the beginning of the program. Click the flag to try it out. Both sprites talk, but they talk at the same time. To fix this, select the Control menu. Drag out a wait block and place it before the Save for 2 seconds block that makes the second sprite talk. Each sprite talks for 2 seconds, so change the value in the wait block to 2.
Okay, let's go in and do that. I wasn't too far off. All right, so we're going to go into events and bring out the when flag clicked. And as you can see, they're both talking at the same time. So we need to go to the control block and pull out a wait that goes before. And we're going to change that to 2. Let's see how hers does.
Click the flag to try it out. Bugs, or problems, can pop up anywhere in your code. Test often so you can catch and fix them. Continue your character's conversation by sequencing say and wait blocks.
Okay, so let's make them have a conversation. Okay, we're going to go in, and this isn't where I wanted my wait block to be. There we go. I'm going to drag this out, click on my wizard, and that's where I wanted my wait block to go. All right, and I'm going to go back to my goblin. Pull out another wait block. And under looks, I'm going to pull out another say block. So I know what I know I was thinking, okay. So I'm going to say and under my control, I'm going to wait. Let's go into the wizard and have him respond. Pulling out another say block. And my goblin said, "How do you think it got here?" And the wizard says, "I think it landed here." And then my goblin says, oops, Screen-o-matic does this every now and then. Okay, so on here I can make it a 2, and I can say, wonder who is driving it. And the wizard can respond. I'm almost done. I'm having way too much fun with this. Okay. Control. There we go. And this is going to be my last block. And oops. We should go look around. So we're going to start with our goblin. Look at the big ship. I know, I was thinking the same thing. How do you think it got here? I think it landed here. Wonder who's driving it. We should go look around. So I noticed that I have some spelling errors in there. So I'm going to fix those. Let me try that again. Look at the bit. Oh, there it is. There we go. Determined to fix it. There we go. Oops. All right. Very cool. They have a nice conversation. So let's go in here and see what the next step is.
One way to create interesting dialogue is to add conflict. Imagine what the sprites would say if they disagree on what to do next.
In my story, they agreed, but you can make yours however.
You can also explore adding a new backdrop to enhance the setting of your dialogue. Now it's your turn. Select a second sprite to talk and add when flag clicked, wait, and say for 2 seconds blocks. Continue to tell your story using say and wait blocks. Then return to this page to select another video to try. In this video,
Okay, so we completed that step. Please feel free to go in and fix your sprites the way you would like and the conversation. So I am going to put a conflict in. And I think I'm just going to oh wait, I've got the wrong sprite. Control. Oops. I'm going to change my time. Event looks. Bring out another block. I'm going to go back to my wizard. And so on. So look at the big ship. I know I was thinking the same thing. How do you think it got here? I think it landed here. Wonder who's driving it. We should go look around. I don't think that's a good idea at all. What are you afraid of? All right, that was fun. Okay, so let's try to code a color change and see what that's all about. Okay, so we are going to move on. Excuse me. We have continued with our conversation. We had a nice introduction, and now we're going to go to code a color change. I am very curious to see what all this entails. So let's get started with that.
in this video, you will program the object in your story to change colors. This will help you make your story more exciting or mysterious by changing the object in a way that surprises your characters in the audience. To start, select the object sprite. Next, program the sprite to change colors. Click the Code tab and select the Looks menu. Click, hold, and drag out a Change Color Effect By block. Click the block to see what it does.
Okay, let's try that. So we're going to click on our object. We're going to go to Looks and Change Color Effect By. And then we're going to, oh, I feel like I need to refresh. I do apologize. Sometimes it gets a little glitchy. All my codes in there? Yes. All right, so we're going to come back in here and go to the Looks menu, Change Color Effect By, and we're going to push that. Oh, that's pretty cool. So each time that we push it, it changes our spaceship into a different color. Let's see what she has to say about keeping it changed.
Cool! Each click changes the color of the object. To make this happen more than once without having to keep clicking the block, use a loop. A loop is a block that repeats the actions inside it. Select the Control menu and drag a repeat loop around the Change Effect block. Click the stack to test it.
Okay, so we're going to go into the control block and pull out a repeat, if we can get it out here. And we're going to put it there around our color change by effect. And now we're going to push on it. Oh, how cool. So it changes our colors. That's awesome. Let's see what else she has to say about it.
The colors change, creating a fun rainbow effect. Finally, program the block to run when the flag is clicked. Select the Events menu and place a When Flag Clicked block at the top of the stack. Test your code.
Okay, so we're going to go to the control block. No, the events, sorry. Events, and we're going to drag out that when flag is clicked. And now we're going to push on the flag. So each time that we push on the flag, we get some different colors. That's pretty neat. Okay, let's see what else she has to say.
When you click the flag to start your program, the object changes colors when the character sprite speaks. Nice! Tinker with the values in the repeat loop to make the change color effect happen longer. Or, tinker with the values in the Change Effect By block to change how the colors look. To reset the color of your object, click the Stop button. To make this animation go along with your dialogue, add a Wait block under the When Flag Clicked event. Now that your object is changing colors, use Say blocks for your character sprites so that they can interact with the exciting and mysterious object. Now it's your turn. Create a multicolor effect by selecting the object sprite and using the Change Effect By block. Add a repeat loop to run the code multiple times. Add a When Flag Clicked block to the top of the block stack to start your code at the beginning of your program. Finally, add a Wait block under the When Flag Clicked event to match the animation to the dialogue. Then, return to this page to select another video to try.
Okay, so that is what we're going to do now. So we can change some of our features in here. And I'm going to drag out a Wait block. So if I push on this and then it just keeps going. So then we can add another weight block that comes out. Set it to 2 as well. And let's see what our animation does. So mine just changes colors every time that they speak. Oh, and now it's continuously changing. That's really cool. I kind of like what I did there. So hopefully you like yours too. This was all about the color changing of our story and how we can unravel our adventures. So let's see what's on the agenda next. We are going to add a mystery pulsing object next. Okay, so we are going to move forward and add a mystery with a pulsing object. And
In this video,
I'm going to pause it. Okay. Yeah, so let's see what the adding of a mystery with a add a mystery with a pulsing object. Let's see what we're working with.
In this video, you will make the object in your story pulse. This will add a fun animation when your characters discover the unusual object. To start,
okay, let me refresh, sorry.
In this video, you will make the object in your story pulse. This will add a fun animation when your characters discover the unusual object. To start, click the object sprite. Click the Code tab and select the Looks menu. Click, hold, and drag out a Change Size By block. Click the block to see how it works. With each click, the sprite gets larger. Now, add code to make the object get smaller. Drag out another Change Size By block from the Looks menu, but don't attach it to the first Change Size By block. Change the value to -10.
Okay, let's try that. So we're going to come in here, push on, oh, I don't know why it keeps glitching, so I'm going to refresh. Okay, so we're going to come in here and we are going to go to the Looks menu and we are going to change size, change size by, change size by, do not connect them, and we're going to make this one a -10. So if I push on this, it makes my object bigger. And if I push on this, it makes my object smaller.
Click the block. Nice! Each click makes the sprite get smaller. If you click these blocks repeatedly, the sprite looks like it's pulsing. You can program the computer to run these blocks in order. Attach the blocks and click to test. Nothing happens.
Sorry about that. I just did the update.
The computer runs these blocks so quickly, you can't see the sprite move. To fix this, program the computer to wait between each action. Select the control menu and add a wait block between the 2 Change Size By blocks. Click to try it out. Great. The sprite gets bigger, then shrinks.
Okay, let's try that out. So we are to put these, let's get a wait block under the control menu and put it here and attach this here. So then if we push it, we can see that it is pulsating. Pretty cool.
To repeat this action to make the object continuously pulse, use a repeat loop. Select the control menu and drag out a repeat block. It fits around other code blocks and makes the blocks inside it run multiple times. Place it around the block stack and click to run. The sprite pulses, but the animation doesn't look smooth. When the code repeats, the Change Size By block runs. Then the next Change Size By block runs right away. To fix this, Add another wait block after the second change size by block. Click to run it. Nice.
Okay, let's do that. So we're going to come in here and grab a repeat block. Oops. And we're going to wrap that around. And then we're going to put another wait block at the bottom. And we're going to test it. Very cool. I'm excited about that. Okay.
To change how the sprite pulses, tinker with the values in the change size by and wait blocks. You can make your object pulse faster or slower to add action or drama that fits your story. To reset the size of your object, change the size value on the stage. Add a when flag clicked event to make this animation happen at the beginning of the program. Test your code. When you click the flag to start your program, the object pulses. Great job! To make this animation go along with your dialogue, add a wait block under the when flag clicked event. Now that your object is pulsing, use say blocks for your character sprites so they can respond to the animation. Now it's your turn. Select the object sprite and add 2 change size by blocks to create a pulsing effect. To make the sprite grow and shrink, change the value in one change size by block to a negative number. Add wait blocks to make the animation visible and smooth. Add a repeat loop to run the code multiple times. Add a when flag clicked block to the top of the block stack to start your code at the beginning of your program. Finally, add a wait block under the when flag clicked event to make the animation go along with the dialogue. Then, return to this page to select another video to try.
Okay, so this is all about you coming in here and fixing it the way that you would like for it to be fixed. And of course, we've already done some of that analog she was talking about, but you're more than welcome to come in, or dialogue, you're more than welcome to come in and fix it accordingly. So he is pulsating. So I've just ran my, oh, that's cool. It's continuously going. So we could come in and add a little bit more dialogue with our story here, so we can hit the stop. And we're going to come in and go in and do another wait block. And we're going to change that to 2 seconds. And drag out another say block on my end. You can do whatever you'd like. But I'm going, oh, I grabbed the wrong one. And now I'm going, sorry, I just sneezed. So now I'm going to put that in. And a wait block. And I'm going to do one more say block. So you could go on and on and on with this. It looks like this particular thing is pretty cool. I mean, we could have a conversation between the two of them. So I'm going to hit my flag. Look at the big ship. I know I was thinking the same thing. How do you think it got here? I think it landed here. Wonder who's driving it. We should go look around. I don't think that's a good idea at all. What are you afraid of, chicken? Look at it lighting up. What do you think it means? So you could just keep going. And I noticed that I get to type in so fast. That. There we go. Let me fix it. There we go. So you get the idea. So that is really, really fun. So I'm going to hit stop. And I think we're going to try to add some sound now. Okay, so we are going to go to this section that talks about adding sound to your story. That is, we may do make your object bounce, but after that you can try some of these other ones on your own. So we're going to go into add a sound.
In this video, you will add sound to your story. Music and sound effects can express how your characters feel when they find the unusual object. To do this, you will add code to the backdrop of your story. Select it and click the Sounds tab. You can add sounds to your project by adding more sounds from the library, recording your own audio, adding a surprise or random sound, or uploading an audio file from your computer. You can also use effects to change your sound, like robot or reverse. There are different categories of sounds. Select the loops category to hear the different options. Choose music that matches how your characters feel in your story. Are they afraid? Excited? Cautious? Use upbeat music for a cheerful or funny story. Or choose dramatic music for a thrilling or serious one. When you find a sound you like, click it. Next, click the Code tab, then the Sound menu.
Okay, let's go in and do that. So we're going to click on our backdrop and go to Sounds. And we can push on the sounds. Actually, let's go back. I kind of wanted to see what the surprise sound would be.
Choo!
A sneeze. Let's see what the robot.
Choo!
Okay, so you make it into a robot. All right, so we go up to loops, and you can decide what kind of music we want. I kind of like the mystery. Okay, let's see what else she has to say. I'm going to back it up just a little bit.
Click the Code tab, then the Sound menu. The Start Sound and Play Sound Until Done blocks have similar names, but they have one important difference. The Start Sound block starts playing a sound, then moves on to run the next block in your code. The Play Sound Until Done block plays the sound.
I do apologize for that. That's happened in all of our classes, and I don't know why, so I'm going to back this up. I've done all the updating on that, so I'm not sure why it's doing that. And let's
The Start Sound and Play Sound Until Done blocks have similar names, but they have one important difference. The Start Sound block starts playing a sound, then moves on to run the next block in your code. The Play Sound Until Done block plays the sound completely before it moves on to the next block. Click, hold, and drag out a Play Sound Until Done block. Change the
Okay, we're going to try that first. So we're going to go back to our code and sound and play sound until done.
Change the drop down to the sound that you selected.
Okay, so we're going to go down to our drop down, and mine's already set on what I wanted.
Since the music should play continuously during your story, select a forever loop from the control menu and place it around your Play Sound Until Done block.
Okay, so we're going to go to Control and grab a hold of one of those forever blocks and put it around.
To make the background music start at the beginning of your story, add a When Flag Clicked event to the top of the code stack.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the events, click on When Flag Clicked.
Click the flag to test. The music plays. You can also add a sound effect to your project. If you have programmed an animation for your project, you can enhance this animation with sound to make the object in your story even more surprising, mysterious, or funny. Click the Object Sprite, then the Sounds tab. Does the animation make your audience want to laugh? Try a silly sound. Or does it scare or startle people? In this case, you might add a sharp or scary sound. After you choose a sound, click back to the Code tab and add a Start Sound block to your animation code. Click the drop-down to choose the sound you selected. Test it out. Explore the sound editing tools in Scratch to enhance your music and your story. Now it's your turn. Select the backdrop and find sounds or music for your story. Add background music to your story using the Play Sound Until Done, Forever, and When Flag Clicked blocks. If you animated your object, select a sound effect that fits the mood of your story. Add a Start Sound block. Then, return to this page to select another video to try.
Okay, so we do have an animation in there for our object, which is right here. We could go into Sound, Start Sound. First, let's choose a sound, if that in fact is what you would like to do. I'm going to click on space. I'm going to choose on that. I'm going to come back up here to Code and go to Sound, Start Sound, and okay, so I think I want to put that at the top. Cool. So it changes, so I can hit stop. Alright, so let's see what happens. So everything's connected to our flag now. So I made that quite interesting. So one of the last things that we're going to do is making your object bounce. So that's what we're going to work on next. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do when it comes to this awesome animated story that we created, an unusual discovery as we've been doing, is we're going to make our object bounce. So I'm going to click on this.
In this video, you will program your object to bounce around the screen. This will create an unusual behavior for the object your characters discover. To start, click the Object Sprite. From the Motion menu, click, hold, and drag out a Glide Random Position block.
Okay, let's do that. So we're going to click on our object, and then we're going to go to Motion. And we are going to pull out the glide.
When you click this block, the object glides for 1 second to a random spot on the stage. Next, program the computer to repeat this action. Select the Control menu. Click, hold, and drag out a repeat block. This block makes the code inside it run multiple times. Place it around the block stack and click to run. To make the sprite bounce faster and longer, tinker with the values in the glide block in the repeat loop. This example uses 0.5 in the glide block, so the object glides to a random location 10 times really fast. There's a bug or an error in this code though. After the repeat loop finishes running the code, the object is stuck in a random place on the stage. To fix this, use a go to XY block. This block makes the sprite go to a specific position. When you drag it out, the values are set to the current position of the sprite. Drag the sprite to where you want it to be on the stage after it finishes bouncing. Then, click the Motion menu and add a Go to XY block to the bottom of this code stack.
Okay, let's try that. So we are going to go get ourselves a repeat block in Control, and we're going to wrap that around. So if we push it, it's just kind of randomly going wherever, right? So we need to do a go to X. So we're going to stop that and we're going to go to Motion, and we're going to, there we go. I'm going to move this where I want it to actually stop. So we're going to go to the go to right here, and I'm going to drag that out.
Click the code stack to test this. Great! Feel free to make your object move to a special place in your program to help tell your story. Finally, program this block to run when the sprite is clicked. From Events, add a When this sprite clicked block. Try it out.
Okay, so we are going to come in and we're going to put that at the bottom. So we're going to test it out. Okay, and then we're going to come in and do when the sprite is clicked, which is in our events at the top. So then if I click my sprite, it should randomly be doing different things. Very cool.
Add Say blocks to your character sprites to tell your audience to click the object to see what it does. This helps your audience feel like they're part of your story. Now it's your turn. Select the object sprite. Add a glide random block and a repeat loop. Add a Go to XY block to make the sprite move to a specific position when it stops bouncing. Add an event, like when this sprite clicked. Then, return to this page to select another video to try.
Okay, so let's make all this happen. So let's see what the last thing says. So we're going to go to the looks, and we're going to have our goblins say, maybe we should click on the ship. Okay, so now I'm going to hit my run. So the only thing I forgot to do in that segment was put a wait block. I needed to change my wait block to 2 seconds. But it has codes in here, so I can change that around also. So I'm going to play mine again. Oh. Okay. I just want it to move. Okay, so we're going to stop. I'm going to wait for it to get where I want it, and then I'm going to push stop. Okay, let's see how this goes. Look at the big ship. I know, I was thinking the same thing. How do you think it got here? I think it landed here. Wonder who is driving it. We should go look around. I don't think that's a good idea at all. What are you afraid of, chicken? Look at it lighting up. What do you think it means? Maybe we should click on the ship. Very, very cool. So I hope you guys had a good time with this, because I know I certainly did. And there's a lot that we can do with this program and continue, and you can change it the way that you would like to. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and end our session, and we're going to click on share. Make sure you're logged in. And by sharing it, now other people are allowed to play it, touch it. We can also see inside. So then we can actually, oh my, I don't know how all that got stuck in there. Okay, well, we should probably go to, okay, see inside. Okay, well, that's stuck back there, but wonder what'll happen. Okay, that's just not going to let it move. So now people can go in and kind of tinker with it as well. So it's been shared, and fantastic job, you guys. Thanks for sticking it out with me. We did a great job. Hopefully you got some different features than I got. So I would love to see them. Make sure you're sending them to me. You can share it with me some way, shape, form. Let's see if we save now. We saved it. My stuff. So this is my outer space project. So you can always copy your link and then send it to me in an email. I would love to see it. So thanks for being a part of it, you guys. Well, thank you for taking the time to be a part of another session of the Coding Corner. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a great time. I know I did. That was very, very exciting. So without you, there'd be no reason to have these sessions. So thank you for taking the time to devote to being a part of the coding sessions. Now, of course, this is the homework time, and you are under no obligation to actually do this, but I would love to hear and see your stories from today. So our homework assignment now is I want you to tell me about one of your most favorite adventures. So you can either write in a story, you can record it and send it to me through email, or send it to me in the mail. But I want to know about an experience you had. Was it an awesome vacation, or maybe something more than that? Who was involved with that? Why were you there? Why was everybody there? Or why did you decide to write about this particular adventure? What is the point? So, what makes this so special to you? And where did the story take place? So, I want to know about your adventure, and I want to hear them. So, you can either send them to me. At the address that I provided, or the email, or I would love to hear those recordings. And I showed you how to do the copy link, so you can just link me right to the adventure that you made today, or you can send me a recording of your favorite adventure. Hey, thanks so much, guys. I've had so much fun. There's going to be a lot more Coding Corner to come, but for now, we're going to wrap it up, and I hope you had a great time. Thanks again.